Hello and salut, everybody. Welcome back to Chatting with Nicole. So, today I want to chat about response to some of your comments on one of this video. This video that I said, why is it so hard for African women to embrace the naturality, natural hair, natural skin, natural, African, our African, fabrics, our Africanist, if that's a word. Why is it so difficult? And a friend of mine sent me some of your comments just, a few minutes ago. And I like the comments. I really like that. So I thought it was important for me to come back and just, for us to respond to these comments that you have sent. So I really appreciate these comments. I appreciate it. You can tell that's why I'm back here. So thank you very much for being, for doing what you did. Thank you very much for your responses. And thank you very much for taking the time and listening to me and watching the video, and to the point when taking your time and responding. So I really appreciate that. So today I'm going to do that. I'm going to respond this, and I'm going to respond to another video that is a whole lot a different story, but I'm going to do both of them on this, in this video, but I'm going to split it into two. So hang in there and let us have it. So thank you very much for being here again. If you have not subscribed, please do me a favor, subscribe right now. All I need from you is just to help me out. Subscribe, share the videos. Please share, and also check out the rest of the videos out there. All right. So I have started this for a while. I have a few videos out there, and I know some of you are new, but I promise you that there are other videos out there that may be of interest to you. So please check them out and support a sister. All right. Thank you very much. So this video, you guys, and some of you who have not viewed this video, I do want you to go in and you can check out the comments for you to see. But I wanted to address a few of the comments before we can, and then I'll tell you what I feel, what I think. Again, I like the comments. That's why I came here, and I want us to talk more about this. But one thing that I want us to understand is this is a conversation that cannot just be in one video or two videos. This is bigger than us. This is a conversation that is way back. And I do know that it is going to take time for us to get to where we need to get, the comfort level that we need to get. It is going to take time. But unfortunately, where we are today, in 2024 today, with the changes that we see, with what is going on, what we know about we Africans, what we have, which is the reason why the white man does not want to leave Africa, that does not want to leave us alone, knowing what we know, knowing what we have, and what we can do. I think it is time that we start having these conversations, and we have to do better than where we are today. So I do know that it's not overnight. It's not going to be overnight. It's work in progress. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a lot of education, a lot of teaching, a lot of mind changing. The mindset needs to change. We need to start knowing, embracing who we are, to the point where we have to get our children where they need to be. We have to make it to the point where our children also get this and they actually see it through us. We have to walk the walk and talk the talk and make sure that we have our children where we need them to be. So it is time for us to start changing. I know it's going to take time, but it is time. All right. So I do know that it's not one time thing. It's not one time deal. We can't just say one thing and just assume. I can't just come in here and have this conversation and then, expect things to change. I know it is going to take time, but there's no better time than right now for these changes to start happening, for us to start embracing, for us to start claiming and taking our lives back, taking our African back, taking our naturality back, taking where we, our power back. There's no better time than now. All right. So let me get that out of the way. So right now, some of you guys say that it is to fit in. And yes, I get it. It is to fit in, and for grooming reasons, because our a natural hair is difficult to manage. Our texture is different. It is the texture. I know, guys. I know our texture. How to manage to groom it to look and to fit in. We have to fit in even in our jobs. Even in our jobs, we have to look certain way. They expect us to look certain way to fit in. Our countries, our cities, even in our family, own family, we still have to, they're expecting us to look certain way. Even in our African family, Black families, we still have that. Remember, we had this conversation at my job. We have a round table. We talk about natural hair, naturality. Why are we still struggling? Why are people? And that was it. There was a research, there was a report that says that even your family, people in your family, the report in your family, there was I can't remember the percentage. The people who are rejecting you, the rejection that you are getting because of how you look, it actually starts from your family. And when I saw that, it blew my mind. So I know that even in our homes, even our family, we are being rejected for how we look. We are judging each other. We are hating each other. We are treating each other, the way we don't want Black or white men to treat us, but we are doing that. We are doing that to ourselves. We're not accepting ourselves in our own homes. So I do know that it's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult to be in a business, an environment where everybody have a natural hair, long hair. Everybody is, and then you come in with your nappy hair and looking, all this, big hair, and people will be looking at you. I get it. I get all of that, and I also understand when it comes to our children as well. And I asked the question, I didn't put that on this video. I have not posted this yet, but I'm like, why? But then I understood that the reason why is because some of our children, that they have a really healthy hair, and it's difficult to manage those hair. It's difficult to manage. And besides from that, if you don't do it well, when they go to school, they get, they get names, they call them names, and they get treated differently. They get really frustrated when they go to school having a big hair and their hair is different than the rest of them. So I do know the struggle. And so it's not just you trying to manage the hair because it's so healthy and so big and so beautiful and a lot of hair. It's not just that, but when they go to school, they need to feel comfortable at school as well. You don't want them to get picked on, because they are going to get picked on because of the environment that we live in, because of what is going on around us. So I do know that you don't want to, but sometimes you have to put the hat combs, or you have to put chemicals in there just to manage it and just to make them feel comfortable. I get all of that. But go back to what I just said, about it is time. We need to do that. So I do understand your feedback. It is for us to fit in. Some of you did say for the grooming, because of the hair texture. And it's because of what we have known, in the past, how people, perceive us, how people see us, how we are being looked at, the name calling and all of that. And plus we have to feel comfortable. We talked about us feeling comfortable and just, changing our hairstyle, just because we feel like it. So I also know this one was not in the comments, but this one did say that it's disrespect. There was somebody that said it's disrespect to God because we are rejecting God for what he gave us. I had this conversation, a long conversation on the phone, actually. And we discussed this. And this is a man. He really just believes that the reason why we do this is because we don't accept who we are. We don't love who we are. And he's looking at it as spiritual level. And he's saying that when we are covering our hair, we don't like to leave our hair out. When we refuse to wear our own fabric and we are borrowing from the white man and want it to look like the white man, he's saying that we are rejecting God. Disrespect to God. That simply is. And he really strongly believes in that, especially African people. When we are rejecting our things that God gave us, we are rejecting God. And, I'm not going to say that I don't agree with him. I do agree with him, but I don't want it to just be like it's just spiritual. It's more than that. So I agree with him that that's what we are doing. Because if you have something and you don't ever want people to see it, you're covering it. That means you're not happy with it. You're not comfortable with it. You don't like it, right? So that's what it is. And I even feel like I'm going to go further and say that that may even be one of our problems in Africa. That may be that we just refuse to just claim who we are, accept who we are, and then just say no. It's a no. We just put our foot down and say, now you need to leave our country. You need to leave. You need to leave. Just tell the white man you need to leave. Maybe, because we're just allowing it to happen, because we are following and wanted to look like them, wanted to just be close to them and look certain way, and then just allowing and borrowing everything, trying to look at the look and everything. Maybe if we start claiming who we are, maybe if we start loving who we are and what God has given us, and we start using the resources that we have, we start using the talents that we have, we start using what we actually have, God has given us, maybe it might be different. It might be different. I'm just putting it out there. Today we're just chatting, right? So you guys put your comments and I'm just responding back. We're just having a conversation here. All right. It's just, unfortunately, you're going to have to respond back to me later. But I wish this was like a roundtable thing for us to have a conversation. You guys want to do that? Let me know. I can make it happen on Facebook or even YouTube. We can have a roundtable conversation. And it may never end when we start having these conversations. So let me go back to the video. The other response that I got, and I actually love this one very much. You basically just saying that, there's a lot that you can say, but someone could say that why am I not embracing my natural lips, my natural lip color, instead of putting lipstick, which is not mine, my sister. So you see why I'm here with naked lips, right? That's why I'm doing this video without lipstick, because I couldn't, with these comments, I couldn't come back here and putting lipstick on and then addressing you. So I just, I like the comment very much and I agree with you. But I was not talking, I agree with you that, someone could say, yeah, you have the natural hair, but you're still covering your natural lips. Why? And I don't cover it all the time. But I have more lipstick on most of the video than none. But I do have videos without the lipstick, but I know I cover it more. I have lipstick on more video than none. So I get your point, my sister. I am right there with you. But I want to tell you that, and I know that, people just feel a certain way, like you said, and they're trying to change, the way they look. I'm not talking about that, right? Like I said earlier, I'm talking about, I know women who I never seen their natural hair. I just never seen their natural hair. I'm talking about people, women, African women or Black women who just will never let their hair out. They just don't like the way it looks. They just don't like themselves without the wigs and the colors and they just don't like themselves. They just don't like to look like it. They do not even, some people will not even want to speak their language in front of, white folks or in front of other race. So I'm talking about just covering it all the time. I'm not talking about just once in a while we want to change our look because we are going out, because you want to be on a video or you want to do this. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about us living in Africa. And I go to Africa. I never seen their own hair. It's always green, it's always purple, it's always blonde, it's always something else. We are struggling. We don't have money in Africa. Well, some people do, or many people do, but we are putting money on our hair. We just never wanted to. We don't want to. I never seen it. And we refuse to wear our own fabrics. We refuse to speak our own dialect. So I'm talking about when we just know what we have and just reject it. Not once in a while changing style. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this is what I see all the time. So I'm talking about seeing this all the time. So I want us to start changing our mindset. I get it in the past, but we are in 2024 today. And until we start loving who we are, until we start loving our naturality, until we start loving our Africanness, the word that I just made, until we start accepting the resources that we have, until we start accepting, what we are, what we can and cannot do, I don't think we can ever get there. I don't think we can ever get the white man completely out of our lives. I don't think we can ever take control of the white man. I don't think we can ever do that. And that start with embracing who you are. That start with cut that hair off and go to that meeting. And if they say something, tell them this is you. We need to own it. We need to own it. It's not about sensitivity. I don't care about feeling sensitive or you're going to hurt my feelings. Who cares about feelings? This is my hair. And they have no right to talk to you, to tell you, oh, you cannot have this. I'll sue you. You know how we do. So, it is time. We have to just, embrace who we are. And it can just be our hair. Just accept who you are. Embrace it. Embrace it. And I promise you, when you start doing that, you're being proud of, carrying your hair, going out with your hair, wearing your African outfits, your daughters are going to follow you. Your daughters are going to start feeling better at school. You are not just helping yourself. You are helping your daughter feel comfortable at school. She's going to start wanting to wear her hair to go to school. And when she sees you, you're not worrying about what other people say about how you look. She's not going to worry about how, what people say about how her hair looks, because you are her role model. Because she knows you don't care. Because she knows you are proud. Because she knows you are happy about your hair. She's going to show off. And she's going to grow up with it. So, ladies, I know. So I want us, sometimes let's change it up. I'm actually looking for something, different that will be unique for me to sometimes. So sometimes, yes, once in a while, I get it. But just to refuse to say, I don't want to look natural because I don't want people to think, no, we need to stop that. I swear to you, I'll see some people who be, because of the environment they don't want to speak our dialect. Like, your hair is not going to change who you are. Whether you put on green or purple, you are still an African. They still see that you're an African. Just opening your mouth, no matter how you twist your accent, who you are is who you are. Your hair is not going to change you. If you go in and have this silk put on, you are still an African. So I am just saying, it is time that we start changing our mentality. It is time we start changing the mentality of our children. It is time for us to start teaching. One of you actually put that in there, teaching our children, educating our children of our tradition, how important it is, how proud we are of our traditions. It is time we start introducing that in our lives, in our children, in our neighborhoods, in our cities, in our countries. It's time for us to take back what is ours and start borrowing. Start borrowing from others. Start using, looking like other people. We are never going to be. We are never going to be. We are going to be who we are. We can learn from them. We can learn the good stuff. We can learn. If there's something else you need, learn that, but use it. But don't just refuse that you will not look the way you're supposed to look. This is how God made us. This is how God created us. So we need to accept it. So once in a while, so if you see me once in a while with my lipsticks on, I'm just doing what you were saying. That sometimes you want to change your look. I get it. Sometimes, especially when you don't have a hair, so you're going to put something on, just accessory, just to look, you know what I mean? Like women. So sometimes that's what it is. So I do agree. And I'm here with, for that. So my sister, this is for you. This what do you call it? Naked lipstick is for you. All right. So I know we need to do that, but we still just need to be who we are. We need to stop. We need to start making some changes. We need to start looking the part. We need to start looking the part and start faking it, looking fake. Fake doesn't go anymore. It's 2024. We need to stop looking fake and wearing fake and being fake. We need to be true to who we are. So I want us, starting from this year, 2024, I want us to start embracing our naturality. Can we do that? Can we start embracing our naturality? And we need to invite our children to do the same. And we need to, set examples for our children. So like I said, this is not going to be the end of this. And this was not planned. You guys know this is all over the place, but we are addressing the same thing, talking about the same thing. So based off your feedback or what you said, we may come back again and have another conversation. It may not be, and have another conversation. So I appreciate you guys. Share this video, like, and also check out the rest of the videos. I'll see you on the next one.